Golden, your son didn't get his homework done again last night. Let me help you understand something, bud. It's not homework. It's schoolwork y'all didn't finish teaching them at school. And they're not going there for free. I'm paying y'all. Do your job. And don't expect me and my wife to do your job when my children come home. We have a family. We have stuff we want to do together. And if you think I'm going to obsess over my children doing this stuff y'all call homework to validate your degree, you are out of your mind. And if you don't want me to send my children to school with a backpack full of dishes they didn't get washed last night, stop sending all this junk to my house. You say, you didn't say it just like that. I was not confused. I might have been wrong, but I wasn't confused. And I don't believe I was wrong. And I wasn't going to help this miseducational, misdirectional system. I wasn't going to help them make my children think they're not smart. Anyway, but you bought into that lie, which is why you don't want to learn principles. You avoid learning because you think you're not smart because of the identity the school system gave you. You know I'm keeping it real. And then you have to have extreme belief based on your competence. Do you know confidence is the result of comprehension of principles, but it's also the result of competent practices. You have to competently practice those principles, and that's where confidence comes from. Like, I know this principle works. It's one thing to know that the principle works. And so, like, 1 plus 2 equals 3, 4 plus 4 equals 8, 5 plus 5 equals 10. It's always going to be the same. Principles always do what they always do. They're not going to stop working because I started applying them, right? And so when I start applying them and I start getting results, then I know what to expect at the end of doing this activity. And so now all I got to do is look around and see what I'm good at. What are my competencies? What am I competent at? And so I've got to discover my proficiency, discover what I'm good at. And by the way, don't make the mistake of thinking that you're not good at anything, because everybody's good at something. God wasn't handing out gifts and said, well, you know what, you ain't getting nothing today, keep moving. And so you discover your proficiency. What are you good at? Like, hey, here's what I discovered. So I've got 6 brothers, and I was really frustrated as a child because I've got 6 brothers, 1 older brother, 5 younger brothers. All my brothers can run. But I got this brace on my leg. I can't run. Like, I didn't like the fact that I was different. I hated it. I didn't hate it a little. I hated it a lot. Couldn't run. So guess what? I learned how to fight. Okay. Y'all weren't expecting that, were you? But guess what? Now that I'm an adult, I'm glad I couldn't run as a child, because I would have wasted a lot of time running that instead I used observing how things work in life. So you discover what you're good at. And I was good at watching people and watching things and breaking down how things work and reverse engineering processes. Why? Because, well, that's pretty much what I could do. And so I developed, that's my proficiency. I didn't know that proficiency would eventually make me millions and millions of dollars. I had no idea that would happen. I just knew that I was good at what I was good at, and the stuff I wasn't good at, I wasn't good at. So I didn't waste a whole lot of time attempting to be better at things I was bad at. You know, one of the biggest mistakes people make in life, why they don't have confidence, is because they spend too much time attempting to strengthen their weaknesses instead of strengthening their strengths. You know how much time I practice running? 0. But you know how much time I practice analyzing? Almost all of my time. Why?